My name is Lester Levitt. I'm going to do a short instructional video on the assignment number 5. This video is going to be part 1 of a 2-parts video series. So this part 1 will cover steps 1 through 7 in the assignment number 5 instructions. And it's about SPS, using SPSS software, specifically on using it at Florida Atlantic University Computer Lab. Now I've got an iMac, of course. When you launch your SPSS software in a computer lab, you'll click on the Start menu. It may show up in the Start menu if somebody else has used it, since that operating system was put onto that computer. If not, it will be under All Programs. Look for a folder called IBM or SPSS. And then what you'll be looking for is an icon that looks like this. And so once you click on the icon, it will seem like the computer has totally died. That's because the FAU Computer Lab computers are a little old, and IBM software is incredibly powerful. So it may take up to a minute to load, so don't panic, it's running in the background. Look for the little icon across the bottom when it starts to load. And it will probably come up with this menu here, which is a recently used paths menu. Just ignore that because it's not going to know about your thumb drive or your M drive. So just click on Cancel. Now I'm just going to move this window up here. Yours will actually fill your entire screen, but on an iMac it doesn't do that. So I'm going to make this look like it would on your computer. And so what you're going to have to do is you're going to click on File, hover on Open, and click on Data. And that will allow you to map to your drive. Now in my case here, I'm going to find my way through to, well, it already has it. So here I'm looking for gss.sav. That's the file name, gss.sav. You'll be mapping through to your removable drive as soon as you find that file. Click on Open. Now what that will give you is it will give you a data screen, which is got two options, a data view or a variable view. You're going to need to primarily stick on variable view, and what I want you to do is on the label, I want you to widen the label field so that you can read what it says, and that will allow you to actually read the whole label. The other thing you're going to have to understand is under values, when you hover and click, if you click in the right hand space over here, it will tell you what those variables are, what the values are. And for example here, what we're looking for in several situations will be scale or ordinal or nominal data. So nominal has the Venn diagrams, ordinal has the bar graph, and scale has the ruler. This data can only be used specifically in very unique circumstances, and that's what we're going to get into here. So these are going to be the important field. The label field, the actual name of the field is also useful, and it's very, very abbreviated. So the other field will be the values field. And you'll notice how this box appears on the right hand side of the values field. That tells you what kind of data is in that field, and that's going to be very valuable. So I'm going to just show you right now what nominal data looks like on the respondent's sex. So if you click on the right hand side of this box, it'll say 1 is male, 2 is female. So those are the two values which you have in that field. It gets a little more complicated when you get into ordinal data about, okay, here we have age of respondent. Now age of respondent is a scale data. 98 means don't know, 99 means not applicable. And the rest of that data is numerical data on a scale. So you can enter anything from 0 to 999 because they want every single person's age exactly represented in this data. Now that's not useful for a lot of your research and a lot of your reports that you want to have. So quite often what they put in is they put in another called age category, and that's a very interesting one. You'll notice that age of respondent is scale data, age category is ordinal data. So let's click on this box on the right hand side of the values field and see what the categories are. So we've got 5 categories for age: 18 to 29, 30 to 39, 40 to 49, 50 to 59, 60 to 89. Outside of those categories, they're probably not really interested because they don't want to ask anybody under the age of 18 these kinds of questions because they're minors, and anybody over the age of 29 they'll probably just throw into category 5 anyway. So that gives you very different kind of data. Now I'm going to explain that, and we're going to look at a couple of graphs where it talks about age of respondent and age category. And you'll see that in various different categories down here where they will have something in scale data and then next to it a category mechanism of looking at that same data as nominal data. So let's get started on the assignment. We're ready to go here. The step number 1, download the SPSS data file from Blackboard to a thumb drive. I've already done that if you've got this far. Start the SPSS software. Like it says, it will take a while and it may not be on the start menu. Step number 3, ignore the SPSS open previously used database. That's what I told you to. Click on cancel, then click on file, open, and navigate to where your GSS file is. So we've done all 3 of those steps. Now, first up is to do a frequency distribution of respondents' income, and the data is called income. So here is what we're going to be looking at. Depending on who used your computer last time, it may represent respondents' income in 2 different ways. It may have the label, which would be, we need to look for respondents' income ranges coded to midpoints. So, and this is called RINC-DOL. So that's not the right one. We're looking for RINCOME. So it might be easier to come over here and look under RINCOME, under the name of the actual field. There it is right there, RINCOME, row 22. So RINCOME is respondents' income for last year. So that was my fault. I should have put under here respondents' income for last year because that's the full label. What you may also want to do is come up here under Tools. Let me just navigate here for a minute here and see. There's a way to change the labels, what it appears. Let's go first off, let's do the step here. Frequency distribution, step A is Analyze, so click on Analyze. A1 is Descriptive Statistics, so come down to Descriptive Statistics, and then A1A is Frequencies, and click on Frequencies, and then you get this field here. This is where it says find either respondents' income or RINCOME, and click arrow to move to the right box. So what I've got here is the full label showing up here. So we're looking for respondents, and we can't read what the rest of it is. So if you grab this window here and stretch it a little bit, you'll be able to see the full thing. So respondents' income for last year, and then in brackets it has RINCOME. So we know we got the right one. So you click on it, but nothing happens. Well, it goes blue. And nothing will happen to that until you click on the arrow, because that's where you put it into your variable field. Now what it says to do is click on Statistics box and choose Mean, Median, and Mode. Here's the Statistics box. Choose Mean, click Median, click Mode, and then click on Charts and select Histogram. So we're done here, so click on Continue. Here's Charts, and then click Histogram. And we want it to show a normal curve. Show normal curve. And we're done here, so we click Continue, click on OK. So this is what we're going to get. So this is our data window. So you notice now we've got lots of different ways to look up, and we've got lots of windows up here. We've got the output window, it's called Output 1. You can rename that if you wanted to save it, but I'm going to show you a different way to save it. We've still got over here our data set, looking under a variable view, and we can still pull up the data view here. So let's stay into that, and let's go back over here. Now we've got step number 5. The results should tabulate on a new page. Use Control-C and Control-V to copy and paste each of the 3 images into a Word document. Name the Word file assignment5-yourname.doc. Okay, so this one here, we click on it, and it's now highlighted with the red arrow, or it might be in blue or yellow, and hit Control-C. And now I've already opened up my Word document, so I've got a blank Word document here, and I hit Control-V, and that image is now copied on here, and it's copied as an image. So that's all I really need from you. Let's go back to, in your case, to go through these windows, you'll have to go across the bottom, and you'll look for Output 1 as the, it'll show up in your bottom bar. And you want to pick the second image, so pick that one, Control-C, go into your Word document, which you will show across your bottom. Make sure the cursor is clicking here, Control-V, and now you've got that that image there. And let's go back and get our third one. So in my case, for an iMac, it's fairly easy. Here's the histogram. Click on it, make sure it's highlighted, Control-C, and Control-V. Alright, I must have missed it. Control-C, Control-V, It's not going to copy because there's something to do with the Mac here, I'm sure. Let me try a right click, copy, right click, paste. No, it's not going to show up. So it's something with my Mac. It will work on your Word document. So that's it for that one. Now what we need to do is do step number 6. I want you to do a frequency distribution of a variable of your own choosing. So what you want to do is pick up analyze, descriptive statistics, and frequencies. Now what you're going to want when you pick your data is you want scale data so that you get a nice histogram. If you pick nominal data or ordinal data, you won't get a nice histogram. So you're going to have to make sure whatever you pick has a scale icon next to it. So if you want to, you can probably click on measure and see if it will resort. I'm not sure if it will or not. On yours it might. But if it doesn't, what I really need you to do is just go down until you find something interesting that is scale data. So you can get age of respondents to find out how old they are, how they fit, highest year of school completed, hours of email per week for internet users, numbers of hours worked last week, hours of internet per week, hours watching TV per day. Those aren't going to give you a good, they're not going to give you a good histogram. So make sure you pick something that's going to have a decent spread on it of 20 or 30 different response options, like age. So we did highest year of school completed spouse, highest year, let's pick the highest year of school completed for the father. Just so that we see what kind of images we're getting, because we've got some age group recoded midpoints. Maybe there's something more interesting here. Hours wife worked last week. Husband's education minus the wife's. Yeah, let's go highest year school completed. So we're going to look highest year school completed. Follow the instructions. 6A says analyze, descriptive statistics. Sorry, I lost it. Analyze, descriptive statistics, frequencies. Move the existing variable out because it remembers what you just did. So move the existing variable out by clicking on it and clicking the left arrow. Now we're going to look at highest year school completed father. And you'll notice the code for that is PAEDUC, so paternal education. And you click on the arrow. Now it remembered everything that you've already got, so you don't need to click on statistics and charts again because it remembered that. So you click on OK, and you will have, this is your original one, so don't get confused here. This is your original one where we looked at respondents' income for last year. Scroll down, there's the histogram for respondents' income last year. This is what we want now. This is the mean, median, and mode for highest year school completed father. This is the distribution in data format, and this is the distribution in as a histogram. So once again, Control C, Control V, and now if you want to, once that is into your Word document, so let me see if this copies. I'm just curious. Control C, Control V. No, it doesn't like it. But when you get to this point here, if you want to, what I want you to do is I want you to interpret. So if we go all the way to step 14, I want you to interpret your two histograms by clicking beneath the image and start typing. So if my histogram appeared here like it was supposed to, I want you to interpret what that data means. So click on it here and start typing this histogram shows that blah 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 blah. Now what I want you to do is I want you to look at your histogram and tell me what it means. This is the mode, the highest one with the most occurrences, the most instances is the mode. And it tells you your mean right here, but you may have to scan back up here to get the mean, median, and mode. So the median is 12 and the mode is 12. What the median does remember, this is the mean is the top of the line. That's why we had the line drawn there. So the mean is the very, very top of the bell curve. The mode, of course, is the highest instances that you see, which in this case that's 10, 11, 12. And the mode is if you take all of the respondents. Now if you look at this figure here, there's 977 respondents on this histogram here. So this represents responses from 977 individuals. That is the sample population. And if you divide that by 2, you would get 488. So if you go from the first respondents and go over 488 individuals, that individual is the median response. So the 488th person, wherever that lands, is the median response. And what this will tell you is it will tell you which category that median response actually landed in. And in this case here, the median response actually happened to land in the 12 box. But notice that the mean is 11.25, which means the top of the bell curve is slightly to the left of that. So you can get fractional decimal places on the mean, but the median will tell you which category it's in, because this is categorical data. This has put it into quantiles of blocks of whole units. So that will tell you where the median is. So that does the first part of the video, and I hope I haven't gone over 15 minutes.